What did I learn from watching Inventors at the Kentucky State Fair this past year? Well, I'm about to share those with you right now. Hey, it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing TV, where we try to help you help other people by taking your great innovation, the right opportunity, mixing that with sound wisdom so you can turn them into real things like products and businesses that actually make money. Now today, I want to talk to you about something that happened this past year from the time of the recording of this video. In 2022, we launched the first ever of its kind new innovations area at the Kentucky State Fair. And I got a ringside seat to watching some of our amazing inventors and entrepreneurs that we have, and watch them show their products, watch them sell their products. And I learned a lot just from watching them. And, we featured these inventors and entrepreneurs from all over with all kinds of different innovations. And watching these people over that 10-day period, it was a long fair. It was 10 days. I noticed some striking lessons that I want to share with you. And let me just launch right into those. The first of those is direct feedback from customers is game changing. Seeing their faces, seeing and getting that input from those customers, that feedback is extremely valuable. You'll quickly find out what they liked, what they didn't like, what they cared about, what they didn't care about, what they might have wanted that you hadn't thought of that maybe you want to add, maybe something you want to take away. You learn all this just getting that direct feedback from customers. Another is that you don't have to do a big, expensive test to test a market. And, I heard this once from someone who was big in the as seen on TV industry. And I overheard her telling this, that she said that once that they found out that they used to do these big, expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollar tests on TV in a certain market to test to see if a product was going to be viable or not. And should they spend the money to put it as seen on TV nationwide? And she said that they found out that they got the same, just as accurate results by taking that same product to a small fair, to a small venue, to a small show, and getting customer feedback from that. That was amazing. When I saw that, I thought suddenly the playing field gets leveled for our inventors and entrepreneurs out there. And it's part of what sparked us to open this new innovations area at the State Fair. And it worked very, very well. You don't think you have to spend $250,000 to test a market. You don't. There are lean ways to do it, just like there's lean ways to do everything else in this process, just like we teach. Now, another thing, showing your product to lots of people over time will help hone your pitch. And just in another recent video, we talked a lot about pitching and the importance of pitching. And there's not a better place to practice and hone, sharpen, and just really zero in on what's really going to make those customers' eyes light up than doing something like that in a venue like that, face to face with people. You just can't you can't copy that anywhere else, I don't think. So watch for how they respond. And then change your pitch according to, if you see their face getting all bored and they're wandering off, they're not listening, then you'll know, oh, okay, I need to change that part and maybe make it more compelling, or maybe they're just not interested in that aspect of the product, something like that. So you can change the pitch on the fly and get to practice it some more and find out what works and what doesn't work. It really helps you sharpen it down. Another thing is I learned that taking pre-orders in a venue like this is just like a mini Kickstarter with limited exposure. You know, a lot of people are afraid about Kickstarter, and you know, again, we've talked about this in another video recently about people worried about copycats, and you know, we definitely have a specific strategy for that. If you've watched the other video, you know. But you know, if you think about it, you know, you don't get that exposure that you do with a Kickstarter. You know, maybe you do $500,000 on Kickstarter, and maybe people do try to copy you. Well, you know, there's strategies to do that. But if you just want to test it early, and you want to kind of keep a little safer about it, and you're not ready to go prime time, maybe you need to change some things about your product first. You can test it cheap in a small place like this. So think of it. You can gauge the response without that worldwide exposure. So that's definitely a good point I think I took from that. Another point is selling products in a venue, small venue, like that creates immediate revenue. So if you can create a small amount of inventory, turn it over quickly, guess what? Number one, you paid for your booth. Number two, you know, you've proven the market some. And you can go do that again. You know, there's some companies that have products and all they do is send people around from fair to fair to fair to fair to fair, and they make most of their money that way. It's just they hire a hired gun pitch person, and they send them out there with product, and they sell them, and they collect the money. It's really kind of a nice way to get started with a product, I think. So anyway, another point here is that you can potentially connect with product scouts who sometimes will frequent fairs, shows, places like this. So in addition to the direct sales, you could also possibly connect to bigger buyers, potential licensees. Nice way to get started if you're looking for a license, or maybe a hybrid license route like a lot of inventors do. So being prepared with the right optics. And this is my last point. Being prepared with the right optics and the right infrastructure in place will make all the difference. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So, you know, get things together. Well, I noticed some of our inventors were using QR codes, which is making a comeback. You know, of course, they had their website. They could take orders. They could swipe credit cards. They did a demo really well. They had a product. They were able to display it. They had their literature out, things that they were handing out to people. They had inventory they could sell. So, will you be interested in trying this model with your idea? Let me know in the comments. Also, for more information, check out our upcoming Empowered Inventing Academy course, Building a Business Around Your Idea. And that's at empoweredinventing.com. You can sign up for that now. We'll let you know as soon as it drops. I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing TV. Like, subscribe, help us to build our tribe, and I'll look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, maybe one of those online courses, or on the next video.